Stefan, welcome back. It's always great to see you here with Ink Arabia. Thank you for your time.
Anas, thanks for having me back.
Awesome. I wanted to go back to our earlier segment and just remind everyone what we talked about. One of the pillars was about design. And I wanted to share some sound bites of what we talked about. That design philosophy is simple at GROHE. Form and function need to work together. The other one was design is not just about looks, it's about how you feel. And the last one was at the core of GROHE design is emotion. You want us to walk into our bathrooms, kitchen, feeling inspired, connected, and comfortable. You know, when I look at all of these things, it's so obvious it's GROHE. Even if I didn't hear the word GROHE, it truly reflects the spirit and the merit of GROHE. Having said that, today's topic is slightly different, but as important, sustainability. When you hear the word sustainability, what does it mean to you, Stefan? And what does it mean to GROHE?
So as you said, a very broad topic, and to keep it somehow in a simple way, I think sustainability has different viewpoints. And there is basically a triangle we have always to balance out, the triangle of social sustainability, working conditions, diversity and inclusion. Then there's the whole topic of economic sustainability. It's always resource allocation, ultimately also the whole profit orientation of a company. And then comes really the environmental sustainability. So there's always this triangle where you have to balance. And within this triangle is these choices, these conscious choices, decisions that you have to take. And ultimately they have to be long-term. And I think these are a bit, let's say, these are the building stones that then make GROHE to take the decision and the active choice to design the products in terms of water saving, energy saving, and then of course creating this, as you described so nicely, the experience that is there with the product.
Would you call it a cultural thing at GROHE today?
It is clearly ingrained in our DNA, in our culture. As said, if we look at how we sell, it's also how we produce, how we deliver our services. So all that has a clear, sustainable viewpoint there.
Stefan, sustainability is at the core of GROHE's brand pillars. How do you see this shaping the long-term growth in the IMEA region?
It's not just shaping in the private area, it's also in the governmental area. I think we know that there's the Saudi Vision 2030. There are also in the UAE a lot of governmental initiatives to save water, to be sustainable. And there we see our part in it as GROHE LIXIL to shape this future and these ideas. We see, for example, in Saudi, there are these big projects that are now happening, especially in the residential part. Just imagine, it's just an example. With our products, for example, we have the EcoJoy product. In one household per year, you sell 20,000 liters of water. Oh. Now imagine if you build a complex with 100,000 units, and that's a smaller complex in Saudi. If you multiply that with the 20,000 liters of water, I think that's like 2 billion liters of water.
Wow.
If my calculations are right, that's a lot of Olympic swimming pools to fill. And I think that is important to understand. We sell millions of pieces every year across the region. And with these million of pieces, we contribute to energy and water saving. And not just in kitchen, in the bathroom, but actually in the toilet as well. So also their flushing volumes came clearly down. They were once at 9 liters, 6 liters. Now we can even go below 4 liters flushing. So there are huge savings in there in terms of water.
Stefan, many believe sustainability comes at a price of compromise. What type of products does GROHE ensure that compromise is not there, that sustainability is a win and compromise is not there?
The thermostats that we have that are actually really helping in terms of water. So if you do your renovation, I think here in the region we see increasingly renovation trends. We have the right products to do also a quick and time-efficient and sustainable renovation.
You mentioned the number of liters or gallons in a swimming pool. How does data help GROHE basically create the roadmap of their products and their research?
As said, I think sustainability, when we think about the triangle I mentioned on social, economic, and environmental sustainability, it's exactly this data-based decision-making, having the right data to make the right choices. And there we really listen to our customer. And customer is not just often people think, it's the end user. No, for us, it's often the professional decision maker, the architect, interior designer, the MEP, the planner, so the showroom person.
So every touch point
where we really try to educate the people who are daily in contact with our product so they can transfer that knowledge to the end user. So in your lifetime, you maybe renovate your bathroom 3 times. So how are you supposed to know the latest trends? How are you supposed to know all about water saving, energy saving?
Awesome. If I want to go back to our region, sustainability, most of the time in the western part of the world focuses more on energy. In our region, it's more about energy and water. Both are very, in demand. How does GROHE contribute solutions that impact both on an environmental level, but also on a local level?
There, I think it's important to understand we have the water-saving technology available. It is there. It's often the right application that we shape the understanding of that there are solutions in the market that we provide as GROHE to help save water. I think it's less the availability of the right products. It's more about education and an understanding in the market that these products are basically available.
And I can imagine there's this relationship with the partners in terms of hotels, the governments in terms of addressing that component.
There is a lot of governmental housing initiatives, and there the understanding and let's say sensitivity towards environmental topics is considerable. And there GROHE LIXIL plays a big part in helping to consult and educate these governmental decision makers on what products are available to save water. As said, in Saudi, for example, there are the big governmental housing where we can see that we have a big impact as a market leader with our installed base. But I think that goes beyond. Sustainability is also about durability. So it's clear when you install a GROHE product, there is a lifetime there. And even now comes actually the nice part, I think service. We often forget service is a big part of sustainability. We have hundreds of service people, as well as in the Middle East, who help to extend the durability and the lifespan of the product. And I think also interesting is here that we have to make our products, and to your questions also, how do we design this sustainability, that we design them that they're easy to fix, easy to replace in case there is something. So we're very strong with our concealed products, the concealed cistern, for example, that goes behind the wall, or the concealed shower. So if you have that in the wall, you want to leave it forever. But then if you want to have a design change with the push plate, or if you want to have a design change with the handle or the shower rail, that is then a difference.
Sustainability in a new meaning or a new definition in terms of, like you said, repair and longevity of the product. Heart of your bathroom,
yes.
HOYB. I love the acronym. I would love to learn more about it from the source.
We thought a long time, how can we communicate, especially to the end user, what is GROHE LIXIL stand for? And we thought heart of your bathroom is signifying it well, because the heart is really the pumping organ that keeps things running, because you're not happy if your shower doesn't work, if your flushing doesn't work, if you want to brush your teeth, there's no water, so nobody's happy about it. So it's really essential. And we wanted also to say it's somewhere hidden. So it's not really visible. So I think this Heart of Your Bathroom campaign brings that out very well in our end user to understand better. And as mentioned before, our products are often concealed, so you don't really see them. You feel them when you use them. You feel them when you turn the handle. And As another example, here in the region, in Europe, for example, is calcification is a big issue in the water. Here, the water is often treated, so it's very soft water. But often in certain parts of the region, there is sand in there. Obviously, we're living here with sand. So how does the cartridge or also the flushing system still function well when there is somehow sand in the water, for example?
And I think the credit goes to the German precision at GROHE in that sense. And the tagline, unseen but felt, is spot on, right? I mean, you don't need to see it, but you expect it, and that's what it delivers. What does renovation play, or how does renovation play in advancing sustainability and sustainable living, and making sure that upgrades are available?
We see...
You don't need to buy always new product or...
No, you don't need to buy always new product, but we think what we see currently is, especially in the UAE, where the housing stock now gets a bit older, we see a big trend towards renovation. Also, we see a lot of upgrades that happening. That has to do with the rental market. That also has to do with the, let's say, buying and selling of apartments, because let's say the apartment types are way more comparable than in other parts of the world, because they're often standard built, so you can really compare an A type, B type in certain parts of Dubai. You know exactly the pricing, so the market is very transparent. So upgrading, investing in an upgrade is very important, and there also for the investor or also for the owner, a short time span for a renovation is important, and then also that after 5 or 6 years, I don't have to reinvent again, durability. So you can see these drivers, they're actually wherever, be it governmental projects, be it hotel projects, be it residential properties, it nicely moves through all these different segments of the market.
One last thing, the GIVE program. Would you share more about the GIVE program?
So the GIVE program is something we're very proud of, because we really educate and train young plumbers in the region on how to best install, how to sustainably install, and that's one part. But we also give them a future. We also educate to become craftsmen. So the GIVE schools we have across the region. So we have one in Saudi, we have one in Egypt, we have one in Morocco, as well as Ghana and Nigeria.
Thank you. One term that caught my attention that is being used, conscious luxury. How are users or consumers looking at sustainability in that sense?
So conscious luxury is playing with the surfaces, the colors, and the materials. So the sustainable knowledge is basically still always the same. It's in the wall, it's in the cartridge, it's in the flushing system, but we are actually able to then create around that a visible design difference. And I think this is where it comes. Luxury doesn't need to be opulence. Luxury can also be sustainable.
So sustainability is not ugly.
No, definitely not. Sustainable can be very design-oriented and very beautiful.
Thank you, Stefan. It is always a pleasure seeing you and having this conversation.
Anas, thanks for having me again.
Thank you.